If you're spending a lot of time cleaning up after your pet reptile or researching terrariums or vivariums, then you definitely need to know about springtails, also known as clamblans. Springtails typically have small body sizes, ranging from 1/4 to 6 mm. Springtails come in thousands of species, primarily divided into aquatic and terrestrial categories. Springtails of different species not only vary in size, but also differ in shape and color. Springtails are widely distributed around the world and inhabit various environments, including soil, leaf litter, tree bark, lichens, decaying plants, and more. They are completely harmless, so you don't need to worry about them escaping from the vivarium and taking over your entire home. They mainly feed on organic matter, decaying plants, fungi, and algae. Its presence creates a healthy ecological cycle in the ecosystem. Just like in nature, springtails can consume animal waste, mold, algae, and other waste in the ecosystem. After digestion, they convert it into nutrients, which are then absorbed by plants, reintroducing them into the soil. Although they are tiny, they play important roles in the ecosystem. Springtails can also be used to feed small animals, such as newly metamorphosed tree frogs, juvenile geckos, and even small fish. They hop and skip across the water with incredible bursts of energy. They move about 150 times faster than blinking. The lakeside is where these aquatic springtails live. Their life never ceases and they spring endlessly. Of course, they crawl as well. Gliding, easy peasy. With such cool jumping ability, of course it's for escaping. When you're just the size of a sesame seed, many animals want to eat you. Just like this eager water strider.
Nope.
Death says not today, little buddy. Catch me if you can. The name springtail comes from their unique jumping organ, located at the forked structure at the rear. They typically use it when threatened or searching for food. When activated, they simply press the ejection switch, propelling themselves skyward in just 2 milliseconds. Besides jumping, it's also a master of resilience. Its signature move is a mid-air 360-degree somersault, landing right on its face. As it descends, it bends its body into a U shape to ensure a proper landing posture with its legs touching down first. The U shape also provides some cushioning upon impact. However, sometimes it's not so lucky and lands on a hard surface, leaving it a bit dazed. Most of the time, its landings are as perfect as those of an Olympic gymnastics champion. Next, I'll show you how to make a terrarium for springtails. Find a semi-transparent storage box and drill 2 ventilation holes at the top. Use hot glue to attach the mesh to the ventilation holes. Next, prepare the soil for the springtail terrarium. The recipe is 2 parts coconut coir, 2 parts pine bark, 1 part sand, 2 parts sphagnum moss, and 6 parts potting soil. After mixing, add some water to ensure even moisture. The potting soil I have here has been sitting for a while and is a bit dry. It's best to use fresh potting soil. We need to distinguish between dry and wet areas to create a humidity gradient within the enclosure. Place more sphagnum moss in the wet area to retain moisture. Now, we'll transfer the springtails into this new enclosure. Finally, add their favorite items such as fallen leaves, bark, twigs, and pine cones to the enclosure. This setup aims to replicate the natural habitat of springtails as closely as possible. For maintenance, simply spray water every 5 to 10 days to maintain humidity. Additionally, feed them every 5 to 8 days with a few grains of rice. The grains of rice will mold in the humid environment of the enclosure, and springtails enjoy eating the mold. After approximately 2 weeks of breeding, a new community of springtails will form in the enclosure. At this point, you can introduce them to your terrarium or vivarium. That's all for this video. See you next time.